Hello, and welcome to the Build with Bear workshop. My name is Pat Baer, and I'm waiting for a few more folks to join us here, watching the live stream before we begin. It's a Saturday evening. I know people have got things to do. I'm sure a lot of people were out at the march today, getting back to their business. People work on Saturday nights. We'll give people a few more minutes to pop here into the chat before we get going. If speaking of which, hello Isk. If you're in chat and you're a subscriber, throw that Bear Cave emote there. Let people know what the deal is. Um, if you're not a subscriber, subscribe. You don't have to, but you can. You could also give me a follow if you don't do that. If you just like notice when I post on Twitter that I'm streaming, give me a follow. Turn on your notifications. That way you know when I'm doing some streams. We'll wait for a few more folks to join us before we kick off into the build. Thank you for joining me. We've got our ATST Walker to finish building. I thought it might be a one episode deal, but looking at the, I didn't actually look at how many pieces there were, because lately I've been building about around 300 pieces. This one's 450, so I should have known it would take a little while longer. We've got a whole bag to build, plus a little bit more. We're working on that, so that's going to be the focus of our build stream tonight. And then I don't think it's going to take an hour and a half to do the rest of this, so we'll get started on the Double X Gundam from Gundam X, and I'll talk about that. I have a lot to say about that show. It's fun because no one remembers it, and no one cares about that show. But I thought it was pretty good. I watched it fan subbed because there was no official English language subtitle up until 2016. That's right. 20 years after it came out, they finally did a English language official release of it because it was not well received. It came out right after Gundam Wing, and it took place almost exclusively on Earth, and people weren't into it. They weren't into the post-apocalypse setting. It was like after a Great War and the rebuilding. But we'll talk about that. Thank you very much, Zorbs. The Vinco shirt. Yeah, I have a lot of Giant Bomb shirts. If it's a Giant Bomb shirt and it came in black, I probably own it. But I do love this Vinco shirt because it's also great because people who don't know anything about Giant Bomb just think it's a good shirt. That and the Luchador shirt, the metal Luchador shirt. People who are into metal bands are like, "What's up? What is that? What? Hey!" And I have to be like, they put a luchador mask on a deer, and it became the unofficial mascot of a video game review site. And we're like, oh. Oh. Anyway, we got a few people here, so let's go to the wide. So you may notice this is a bit of a different setup. The lighting here is not quite what I want. I have to move the lamp, my lamp a little bit, work on the lighting a bit, but it's good enough for tonight. The wide shot I think is good. This shot's good. Both these shots are good. So I'm enjoying that. I have knolled. I will flip it down a little bit. You can see I have knolled everything we need for today. We had a little bit of bag 2 left, and then I knolled bag 3 in advance so that we could get going. I also did a couple steps. I'll show that off while we wait for a few people to arrive. One of the things I wanted to show is my decal work on this. I think it's pretty good. Control panel here, there. I think it turned out pretty good. It's on fairly straight. So I'm pretty proud of that. As you know, stickers and decals I'm scared of, and this kit has a few of them. So I'm trying to be good about it. But yeah, so we got our legs here for our walker, which move a little bit, and then this is going to turn a bit. This back piece here turns the yellow there. What do we got going on here? Matt Pasquale is hosting my stream. Thank you, Matt. Really appreciate it. Appreciate the auto hosting. Thanks for that. Yeah, all right, so let's get to building. We're on step 100 of 140, 150 something. So we got a little bit of ways to go. But like I said, if we don't get the next kit, I'm okay with that. I've mentioned it on a few places. I'm running a little low on kits. I have one more model kit coming after the Double X, and I have one more Lego kit waiting to build the hover tank, which was a purchase anonymously. I don't know who bought that. So when those are gone, I'm done. So hopefully I'll have a few more things come in, and my Amazon wish list exists as always. People are obviously under no obligation to purchase from that, but it does help. And if I've said this a couple times, but I'll say it here while we're kind of building. If you ever see something out there like on Amazon or something that you think you'd love to see me build, and it's not on my wish list, let me know. I'll put it there. I did the one of the real grades I did was somebody was like, "Hey, I just built this. If you put it on your wish list, I'd buy it for you." So that's one of the reasons why that I built that kit was because somebody wanted to purchase it because they thought it would be fun for the stream, and it was. So that's always an option, but of course, as I said, option, never required. None of that stuff is ever required. I had a pretty easy day today. I just kind of hung out at home. I went grocery shopping. That's pretty much the extent of my Saturday. My Saturdays are a lot like people's. We got here. Maro Kazam is now following. Thank you, Maro Kazam. Thank you for following. Hey, why don't you turn notifications on so that way you know when I'm streaming? I am fairly consistent about when I stream, but it doesn't hurt to do that. All right, so this goes here. My Saturday is a lot as most people's Sundays because I work tomorrow. So let me just do this. Move that a little bit like that. Great. Looks good. I got a new curtain for back here. I rearranged the curtains that I have because literally right here is the doorway out of my room. The way I have my desk and stuff set up for streaming. So I had to move some things around so that, especially during the daytime, if I stream during the day, which I'd like to do a daytime stream now and again, an afternoon stream at least, the light, I'm trying to make sure the light doesn't come in. And at night, I'm trying to make sure that you just see black behind me. You don't see like weird corners of my bedroom. All right, so we moved on. We finished that there. Decal work. Uh-oh. Okay. I guess. Gonna get some clear grays. There's a lot of gray here, so I'm trying to pull the right thing. And as always, we've got our two different colored gray. If you didn't watch on Thursday, we talked about how we have gray and gray right there, which are pretty easy to see. Sometimes hard to see on the paper, but in person good. And then we added this new color, which I've never seen in building before. But you can see that is that's different. It's different from this. It's different from this. So it's new. Yeah, we have gray with an E and gray with a Y. And then we have this like, I don't know what color this is. I just don't know what it is. But it's like a blue. It's not teal. I don't know. But anyway, yeah. So we're gonna put some decals on these. Our last, two of our last ones. We got one more after that on our engine. It looks like that's an engine piece. Okay, so we're adding this decal. I'm going to do my best to add this right. I wish I had looked ahead. I would have done this off there. No, waffles, I don't think that's right. I don't think it's gray. It's not perfect, but it'll do. Doing my best. Anyway, yeah, I took it pretty easy today. Tonight, late night, when I'm done with this, I have to do a new playlist for work. I don't have to. I want to build a new playlist for work of music. I do one every 3 weeks, and it is time to do a new one. So I will do that today, and I'll do it tomorrow afternoon before I go to work. I'll finish it. Tonight will be just like, so how I build my playlist is I build about between 16 to 18 tracks in each playlist. That does me for about a whole night where I'll probably restart the beginning of the playlist at the end of the night. And I just play music as people enter the theater and during intermissions. I play tunes. So what I like to do is I will go through a playlist and go to the albums of any songs that I have playing, and I'll look for, in my last playlist, and I will look for songs I haven't played yet, so I can go through like an album that way, because there's usually more than one song from an album that I like. So I'll do that, and then I will go to new releases, and I will listen to a bunch of music, and I will pick stuff that I've never heard of. Sometimes I will go to like the top 50, like international, or the top 50 US, or like when I still had, because I'm using Google Music, when I had Spotify, I would hit like trending music, and you get a lot of like internet stuff that's just hitting and becoming popular. So I look at that stuff and try to just balance it. And then I go through and actually build a playlist. But tonight I'll probably just cull a bunch of music together. And then tomorrow I'll kind of build the playlist. My number one goal in that particular thing is that I want songs to flow from one to the other, and I want the vibes to be different. And I don't know quite how to describe that, but my hope is that I don't have two loud, angry rock songs in a row. I don't have four songs where all the vocals are done by men in a row. That kind of a thing. That I'm representing different voices and different styles of music is very important to me. The number one thing when building playlists is, and it's selfish, but it's true, I want to see people holding their phones up to the speakers at my theater. I want to see people being like, uh, and then looking at their phone because they are on Shazam, and they are 100% on board with listening to this song later. That's what I really want. That's like my goal. It's like I want people to be vibing and having a good time and enjoying themselves in the theater before the show starts. But I selfishly really want them to be like, what's this song? Where can I hear it again? So I already dropped a piece on the floor. I am now going to try to get it without having to get out of my chair. We'll see how that works. Unlike my last position where I set stuff up, there are a lot of cables on the floor underneath me, which makes moving pieces via foot harder. I have a very long Ethernet cable plugged in right now, which I should not be messing with because it could cause the internet to go out. Oh, shit. So something just disconnected. What the fuck just happened? Okay. Uh, Live recording. Got to see that. Hello. Someone in chat, let me know if you can hear me and see me and everything's okay on there. Literally, what I was joking about happened. I was trying to get that piece that fell on the floor up with my feet, and I kicked accidentally dragged the long cable, my long Ethernet cable, and it unplugged from my desktop. So literally the thing about, I shouldn't be doing this because this could happen, actually happened. It's my first ever disconnect while streaming. So I'm back, and thank you that you can hear me and see me. Thank you. Also, hi, Mr. Bob. I didn't know you were here. Hello. So I got egg on my face. That's real dumb. And then also the YouTube recording will see me just being like, oh no, and then get up and go and plug it back in and sit back down. I've never had that before. I've never been disconnected while streaming through my own negligence. Okay, so, all right, so we're back. Anyway, what I was talking about, yeah. One of my goals is always when streaming is, or when putting together playlists, I want people to track down the music that I've been playing. That is important to me. So yeah, so I'm going to build a playlist. I'll do some of it tonight while this is uploading to YouTube. And then I will also do some editing tomorrow and kind of build the playlist more in depth. All right, so we're working on our controls here. We got some pieces, got some of these. So yeah, so that was embarrassing that I just did that. But playlist goals call the shot of kicking out my own cable. Yeah. Oh, can't believe, man. I'm not embarrassed by that, but that's pretty silly. That's pretty silly of me. I hope you all are doing well. Oh, as always, if you are building something or doing anything crafty while I'm streaming, please let me know. Always feel free to send me a tweet if you're building stuff. Obviously, do that when you're not. Oh, Harold, thank you for streaming. I appreciate that. Thank you for hosting my stream. It was very nice of you. But yeah, if you're ever like doing any building, sometimes people send me stuff. They send me tweets of model kits that they've been building or stuff like that. I always like seeing that, and I always retweet because it's awesome. I've said this on Twitter. I said this on Thursday. I never thought this would encourage people to try out the hobby that I love. I had no idea that that was a side effect or a benefit of doing these streams was that people would give it a chance. I thought people would like it and like me and enjoy the show, and I thought it would be fun for me to do, but I'd never in my wildest dreams thought that people would be encouraged to do some building of their own. And it makes me very happy that that's happening. So thank you for that. Yeah, so we're working on our ATST here, our ATST, if you want to call it that. All right, and then these go here, building some shielding. This is starting to look like a thing. It's very important when these are coming together. I'm going to cough, so I'm going to move this microphone away from me. Hold on. Apologize for that. Spring weather kind of hitting me. I also recorded this afternoon. So a thing I do for my Patreon that I started in December, originally it was going to be a make good because of the fee changes that were coming to Patreon. So I took away a goal that was later on in me making a certain amount a month and just made it a thing that I was going to do, and that's the Q&A, where anyone who gives to my Patreon $1 or whatever, or $10, can ask me questions, and I'll answer them on the stream. Or not on the stream. I'll answer them in a video that will only be on my Patreon. So Patreon supporters can watch it. And I got another one coming out on Monday. So I recorded that this afternoon. I think it turned out pretty solid. I got 3 questions in, which was cool, and did my best to answer those to my ability. I think it's like a 20-minute video. And it's pretty fun. Trying to make granola for the first time between watching. Ooh, that's fun, Matt. That's pretty cool. I haven't. I don't think I've ever made homemade granola. That sounds pretty great. We're making some laser guns here, right here, for our guns. Building our weapons. Now these lasers weapons look very similar to lightsabers. I'm going to put one right here in this window so you can see it. It looks a lot like the lightsaber, so they're getting some use out of this. Which is, I understand, smart of them to do that. But yeah, these will look a lot like their lightsaber hilts. That's pretty funny. Alright. And then that attaches here to the front, to this, and then these go up and down. And you've got lasers that move. Harold, you're editing a podcast watching. That's cool. I do know that some of y'all just kind of hang out and see what's up, and that's totally fine. And I know that some of you work on projects. Some of you just have it on your TV or your computer while you do other things. All right, so we're attaching. That feels good. And then this will. Let's see how that works. Look at it. Look at it move around. Oh, that's cool. So yeah, so I'm just turning the back here, and it spins 360 degrees, which I bet it doesn't do. I bet this ATSD isn't supposed to spin 360 degrees, but that's pretty cool. It's probably just supposed to do that, right? This thing is tall. Look at how tall this stupid thing is. It's very tall. Uh, all right. What we got here in chat? A Lego fun fact is using parts instead of making system only pieces part. I'm sure that them going, this thing could be this and this and this. Like the other two parts. So this part is lightsabers, and then the other parts that are snapping here look like wrenches. So I'm sure that that's what those are. And any piece they can use that isn't a custom piece, I'm sure they're psyched to use. One-time custom pieces are brutal for the bottom line, I'm sure. This thing is so tall. All right, now we're properly into bag 3, which is good. Our beans are on our way. Yeah, the double the ATST does a double take. It's pretty accurate. It's almost like a triple take. All right, so then this goes like this. Yeah, it's just like, it's tall. I'm going to have to take the legs off to put it in the box, which is fine. I figured it out. If I take off these things here, I can slide these legs off actually pretty easily. Maybe too easily, I don't know. All right, so we're going to use one of our colors that I don't know quite what that is. And then a black piece that has some hole spots in it. And then I have a feeling we're doing this set we're doing here, which is like one of the sides of our ATSD. I have a feeling we're doing this, and then we're going to do it exactly the same on the other side. I'm feeling that's going to be one of those kits, which is fine. And then dark gray like that. Let's see. What am I going to talk about? So I watched some more speed running. Games Done Quick. Their YouTube, they upload a bunch of stuff, and then one of the nice thing is, so they upload the video, and then somebody, usually the top-rated comment right below it is exactly the time code for when the run starts. So you don't have to watch a lot of them like reading stuff or an interview from a previous stream that you didn't watch, so you're not really invested in what they have to say. So I think it's pretty beneficial that you can just go and immediately jump to it. But I watched the Wonder Boy, The Dragon's Trap, which was run as Wonder Girl. First, I should say that it was run as Wonder Girl. But two, so this is the yes, I did watch The Awful Block, and I'll talk a little bit about that in a second. But so this Wonder Boy, which like I said was Wonder Girl stream. One of the things I thought was really fucking cool about it, if you don't mind me swearing about how excited I was with it, was that so this was the remake re-release of Wonder Boy 3 that came out a few years ago, and one of the devs that did that version of it was on the live stream, came out. And apparently that company, whose name I can't remember, was really interested in the speedrunning. And so they kept certain secrets and certain things in the game that speedrunners had used with the original. And then they also inadvertently added a couple things that weren't in the original that the speedrunning community started using. And I thought that was just kind of fascinating and cool that that a dev was there watching on the couch during a live stream of their own game. Lizard Cube, yes. So that was cool. I thought that was a very cool thing and pretty unique. I was into that. And then yeah, I watched the awful games. You know, you watch your Batman, you watch your I don't know, quite a few. I do like this thing takes 8 minutes to beat, right? Like that weird fake Super Mario Brothers for the Atari 2600 is unbelievably terrible and kind of amazingly bad. And I appreciate that one of the founders or one of the organizers was doing a bit where he was acting as if it was like he was acting as if this clearly terrible knockoff of of Mario was like the actual celebrated game, and not the knockoff. And I thought that was kind of cool. I thought that was a fun touch. Most of the time, I don't like it when there's like in jokes and they're like, "This trick is very hard," and it's not hard. I don't like that. But it was very clear what the joke was, and it was a well done joke. So I like that. I don't like it when it's like, "Here's a joke. If you've been only that only works if you really know about this speed run, and doesn't work if you don't know about it. And if you don't know about it, you feel dumb." Like I'm not into that. All right, so we're building some stuff on here, but yeah, overall it was. I've been watching a couple of them and liking them. All right, so it goes like that. That's a three prong. It goes like that. Ernest Evans. Oh yeah, yeah. There's some really good streams. I haven't watched all of them. I watched that Duke Nukem one because, man, they really know how to break that game. They really, really know. Oh, the Prey one is interesting because the Prey one doesn't do what. Because sometimes I think the devs that I've spoken to, or see their tweets about the speed runs, is they don't love the like these devs were lazy, that kind of thing. These devs were bad, whatever. Like when people speed run a game that's broken. Um, One of the things I appreciate about the Prey run was that they were just like, this weapon is incredible. I'm so glad they gave it to you so early because it breaks the game in so many weird ways that I'm sure they knew about but couldn't do anything about it. It doesn't act as if the devs were lazy or dumb. They're thankful that the devs put the tool that lets them break the game in the game. Um, Prey is so broken. It's also. Oh, yeah. I'm going to move this because this is weird. I'm going to put that right here. You can still see it in the main shot, but now it's not also underneath me. uh, the Dragon Trap port developers are Dadimu, the French folks that did the Windjammers rig. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, Cool Jammer. Also, hello, Cool Jammer. It's been a little bit. The video of the Double Fun watching someone speedrun Psychonauts was pretty great because it's respectful and fun. Yeah, I mean, like there are devs that love to watch weird speedruns of their own games. I know that there have been a few that have called in. Uh, I think Volgar the Viking one year. Someone on the dev team called in to like talk during that speed run and just being like, "Thanks for playing our game." Like there are plenty of devs that are psyched about it because there's also like if the community is like, "Hey, we love this game and we figured out weird things about it and we're spending a lot of time with it." I think that's pretty cool. Um, I thought one of the weirdest things that was said. Um, Yes, yeah. It's also the devs like just being like, "Who are these young people playing our game?" One of the weirdest things was the Mass Effect person basically said that they've only speed runs. They've only done speed runs of Mass Effect. They've never just casually played the game, but they did that for two and three, but the first game they've only worked on it as a speed run. I thought that was such an interesting thing that it hadn't occurred to me. They speed ran. They only speed ran Mass Effect, um, and they've never played the game just start to finish. And I thought that was such a weird thing. But of course, like sometimes you get encouraged to try speed running because you've watched people speed run. Um, oh, we got some weapons here. We're gonna build a weapon. Okay, we need two of those. We need two of these. I'm going to try to get all the pieces I need first, and then I'll put it together. We need... This is kind of a unique piece. They give me an extra of these, which is good, because it looks pretty unique. I don't know. So that's kind of like my thoughts on the speedrun stuff. Overall, I enjoyed it. Um, like I said, there's still a bunch that I haven't watched yet that I'll probably check out. Some of the longer ones I like playing when I know I'm going to be home for quite some time, and I'll have the time to really engage with it. And if I don't have that time, then I usually don't. So yeah, so like This piece here, I've used this in other builds as a wrench, and I'm using it here to help make the guns, which is a cost saving, but as long as it looks good, I don't care. Diablo Run is great too. It uses the strange rules within the game basically to play it its way as not intended. Yeah, I remember I've watched uh, some of those style speedruns before. I don't know if exactly that Diablo one. I remember once I watched a Diablo, I think it was a Diablo 2 run. I may have talked about this before, where no one was on the couch. It was like a very small community playing that game, and it was just this dude. And he had some people in the audience, but he didn't have any of his crew with him. And I thought that was a bummer. It was like, you usually see a few people around. So yeah, I thought that was a shame. You never see. You hope you don't see that. Someone was supposed to have come and then they couldn't last minute. All right, so then we'll put this on here and put that there, and now we've got our side weapon, and it moves around some. And it can rotate all the way around. That's pretty cool. Oh, I haven't seen that Diablo run where he just kills Diablo. That's cool. All right, so that's our gun there. That's our gunner. And then we're going to attach it. I'll move this on here. And that goes there. Okay. So this is going to snap into the blue. I'm going to try. Okay, so this goes here. I'm taking my time with this because that doesn't make any sense. Oh, well. Oh, I'm doing the wrong side. Wait, what? No, it goes to that. Oh, okay. Had it upside down. That was my problem. I had it upside down, folks. Like I said, I wasn't too sure about this one, but the other side will go in a lot smoother because I just did this one, and then that goes like that. Okay, I think that's what it is. Not sure quite where this other piece goes. I think it goes into the blue there. All right, great. We did it. And that's supposed to go into that. Yes. Okay, great. So we did it. That's how it should be. It feels a little loose on the side. I'm sure when the roof goes on, it will feel more secure. But now we're going to build the other side of this. So I'm going to slide this aside. Thank you all for joining me tonight. Let's see. We can talk about anime. I haven't. So I watched the third episode of Miss Kazumi Loves Ramen Noodles, and I'm done. I don't think it's good. I think the ramen looks awesome. I want ramen. I still haven't had ramen 3 weeks into that show, but that's all I want is ramen. I don't want any of those characters to be friends, and I don't care. I might go back to it when it's over. I'm going to leave it in my queue, but I'm done. I tried. It's just not for me. Right now I have 4 shows I want to watch. No, I have, let's see. I have like 4 shows I'm watching no matter what. 5 shows I'm watching every episode of week to week, and then like one's only like a week ahead of all the other ones. So I'm going to get through them. Like I've got 12 to 13 episodes of a bunch of shows to watch. So I don't have time to waste on something I don't really like. And I'm sure there's stuff that I haven't watched yet that I'm going to love that people have been telling me to check out, which I haven't yet. So that's kind of... The ramen was great. It just, Waffles, it's just the rest of the show. Like, I don't care about this mysterious girl who is being, like, abrasive and doesn't want to make friends. I don't care if the weirdly obsessed girl wears her down into friendship. I'm like, no thanks. Not into it. I already got new card captor Sakura, which is great. I've got Sanrio Boys, which man, I know that's gonna get drama-y. Right now it's still like exploring things and maybe second guessing yourself and thinking about things you haven't thought about. But I'm just waiting for the other shoe to drop, and that show to get like fucking real with the drama. That's definitely coming. But that show's great, and How to Keep a Mummy. I've talked about that. That's a new good one. It's just cute and great, and I can't wait for more episodes when we get to see more characters that have familiars in that show, because the mummy is basically a familiar. Uh, yeah, we introduced to a new character in the second episode, and we went to school, and it was just like a very cute episode of that show, which I want more of. But yeah, I got no interest in a show like that ramen one, so I'm just gonna take a pass on it. And then of course my favorite one, Laid Back Camp, or Yuru Camp, as it is known in Japanese. You are YURU, or Laid Dash Back Camp. And I said the first link is on hello Karn. The first episode of that is on Crunchyroll's YouTube, and I highly recommend it. Laid Back Camp is in a third episode, and like I'm already bummed that it will only be 12, maybe 13 episodes, and then like an OVA that I have to like watch fan subbed, because it's getting me already. I'm just so into that show. I know I'm a broken record. Um, I thought there might be something else that I would be into, but that's the one I'm the most into. Yeah, it's just been like a cool show, and it's very positive in a way that I'm into, and good character work so far. Some cool doggos. Yeah, that's about it. Let's see if there's anything else I want to talk about. Shows that I've been watching, that I have been into. Not right off the top of my head. I watched a little bit of Devilman Crybaby, and I don't know if I'm going to keep up with it. I know some people really liked it. Came out on Netflix, but it didn't. It didn't hit me. I don't have any like fondness for Devilman. Like, I'm not like wasn't super into it when it was on. Um, oh, so one thing that there's some kind of weird show that I saw clips of that I might be kind of interested in checking out. That came out in like 2014 or something. It's some kind of show about some girls in a town, and each one works at like a coffee shop or a cafe. I don't remember the name of it, but it looked kind of interesting, and it came on during the period where I just was not watching anime, so I missed it. And it looked kind of interesting. I don't know. I don't know much about it, but it looked intriguing, so I might check that out. Alright, so we're going to do this. And we'll do this. Okay. I want to thank everybody for joining me tonight. We got kind of a light, laid-back chat tonight, which is fine. I don't mind that. Sometimes y'all are real talkative. Sometimes you're all real chill. I'm fine with both or either. That's okay with me. I mean, sometimes on a Saturday I got to talk a little bit more than and I run out of things to say, but I am trying my best to make sure I keep it up. If there's anything you definitely want to talk about in chat, feel free. I'll also I'll start promoting some stuff in a moment or two, as we are about halfway through the stream. We're going till 10:30 p.m. as always, 9 p.m. to 10:30 p.m. as is our way. Alright, so now we're building the same gun we built before. So I need this piece. I need this piece. Oh, actually, we're building a different gun. Oh, that's cool. I didn't realize we were building that each side has a different weapon. That's pretty cool. So this goes to this. That's actually pretty cool, yeah. I didn't notice that this was a different kind of weapon. It still uses the same kind of like style, but yeah, this is different. It's not a machine gun. It's like a, I don't know, blaster rifle or something. Alright, and then it goes on this. Yeah, so that's different than the other one. Looks different. That's cool. Your friend bought a Gundam kit for 30th birthday. 1144. It's cracked it open. Great. So that's is it a high grade? Is it a real grade? 144. Both those sizes are both high grades and real grades. Um, but congratulations. It's a good 30th. Also, happy birthday. But yeah, that's cool. Yeah, let me know what grade it is, what grade style it is, and what it is. And then, of course, like everything else, send me photos. It's a high grade. Great. Easy kits. Those high grade kits are great to kind of figure things out. But yeah, send me photos on my Twitter. Everybody should do that. Always feel free to do that. So I can see what you're working on. I always retweet. Of course, if you don't want me to retweet, don't send it to me on Twitter or tell me. Like, hey, don't tell people I've been working on this. All right, so we're building our roof here on this, and then we're going to put this aside. We're going to put this aside and build our base for the roof. That's awesome. Congratulations on getting a kit together. I love a good model kit. I'm excited to start this double X. We'll end up probably doing very little of that tonight, but we're probably going to get started. I can't imagine that the rest of this roof is going to take 45 minutes. It'll take some time, but I don't expect it to take 45. So, all right, we got brown piece here, and we're making 2 of these, and then that goes on this, and then that goes here. I do feel like I need an action anime in my life right now. That's the thing I'm missing about this season, because Grand Crest War, I didn't really do anything for me. I think there's some show about like maybe 2 orphans, like in the post-apocalypse, and a wizard. I don't know. I heard something, but I'm gonna keep my ears open for a fighting anime or a fantasy action anime. Wouldn't mind having that. I have Overlord, but I wouldn't mind having another one. It's a Wing Gundam Zero Hondo. I don't know anything about Gundam other than the old school Gundam. Oh, so it's a Wing Gundam Zero. Okay, yeah. The Wing Gundam is a classic. It's classic looking to kind of match the other series. So for those that don't quite know, because you never really followed the Gundam series, so there's a main storyline, main plot line that all these Gundam series fall after. They're in the main plots, the stories. And then there are some that take place in another timeline. They might take place in their own timeline. The first one that ever did that was G Gundam, which we've built the Master Gundam from, and the Shining Gundam. So there's also the God Gundam, which eventually we'll probably build. It's on my wish list. Sooner or later, we'll build that. So anyway, G Gundam got made as like, what if we took Gundam and like made a fighting show out of Gundam? And then that did okay and was weird and in some parts very racist. And then the idea was, well, what if we did a Gundam show that kind of did the idea of let's do Gundam and kind of do the post-war and do the colonies versus Earth thing, but we'll create our own characters, and we'll also have like hunky dudes be the pilots, and we'll have like different kinds of boys be the pilots, and we'll like have like a little bit of school, and we'll have like a crush happening and some romance, and like one of them is probably in love with another pilot, and we'll just put that in there. And so that was Gundam Wing, and Gundam Wing did incredibly well. And then Gundam X came out, and Gundam X is like, what if this war had happened? That we kind of like a great war had happened, and this is the aftermath of Earth, and we're just dealing with Earth and some old mobile suits and just trying to make things work. And new types exist. New types are like people who were born in space and never lived on Earth that also have kind of incredible abilities, and we'll just take it from there. And then Japan responded, yawn, and it was like moved to different time slots and different days, and producers left the project, and They shortened the amount of episodes they were going to do so they could finish it, the series, because they were like, we are not going to be able to finish this unless people take like a pay cut and we do less episodes. And there's some great. The thing is that X has some really great Gundam design in it. I did a double X, which is like basically it's the X, but they doubled the power, so they called it a double X. But it's basically the same as the first one. The main Gundam is just sharp looking. It's just really cool, a cool build. So I'm excited to work on it. But yeah, like I said, there was a fan sub of it, which is how I watched it back in the day. But yeah, this came out in like '96 to like a month after Gundam Wing ended, because Gundam Wing was '95 to '96. Like a month after Gundam Wing, a new Gundam show came out. After Gundam had this huge resurgence and Wing was so popular, and people were just like, no thanks. And so there was no official English release until 2016. They did a DVD set, which I haven't watched. I have not watched the DVD set. I've only watched the fan sub from back in the day. But yeah, it's kind of remarkable how unremarkable that show is. I think I did. I might have. So these pieces here might be wrong. This might be the wrong color. These are different. And looking at on the page, these seem to be identical. The same color, which means that I put these pieces here. I used light gray somewhere where I was supposed to use dark gray. And so I don't know where that was. Or they gave me the wrong ones, which it's Lego. They have fucked up in the past, but they don't always do. Builders and Unicorn, those are both pretty good. I think Iron Blood Orphans, like I'll immediately said in chat as I was going to say it. I think Iron Blood Orphans is fantastic. So I'm looking to see where I would have messed this up. Black and 2 gray there. Okay, so what I must have done is on one of these I put 2 light grays into 2 dark grays. So it's actually a pretty quick fix, and I'm happy to do it. I'm going to take this piece off here because that is slowing me down. And then I'm going to take these off. I can see where it did. Yes, it's this one. Okay. Now, obviously, this isn't something that we're supposed to take apart. And a thing did fall off. But it shouldn't be too hard to reconnect. Yeah, I can reconnect this. No problem. Yeah. So that obviously wasn't meant to come back off. But, yeah, we can see that right here. There's 2 pieces here that are supposed to be dark gray. Yeah, I do have a spot in my heart for Unicorn. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this apart as best I can. I'm going to be as quick as I can about separating these, and we will hopefully very quickly have this apart and replaced. I can't believe I screwed this up. Oops. But it shouldn't be too hard to swap these out. And then put them back where they need to go. Alright. Okay, so we can pop that off. We can pop that there, and we put this back on here. Sorry, I'm just trying to get this back together as quick as I can, because we are wasting time, friends. Yeah, Iron Blood should be out, and I do recommend that show. I think Iron Blood is very solid show. Okay, so that goes on there, and then gotta take these off here, and then I'm gonna take this off. That. And now what I have to do, unfortunately, is I have to go back through every step and redo undo everything from where these go on, because I now have completely taken this apart in a way that I have to now fix, which is really annoying. Luckily, I only messed up one of these, so it shouldn't be too hard to go back through and redo this. And then, this is annoying. Apologize, folks, for this. So it was the first one of these I made. It wasn't even the second one. Okay, so it goes on here. This goes like this. So that goes. So this is like that, and then this piece would go here. That's right, that's right. Okay, that's right, that's right. Okay. This goes like this. Alright. Okay, and then this goes back over. That goes on there. One of these goes here. The other two go the opposite one. The Gundam Info YouTube channel rotates free shows on their channel. That is good to know. That is indeed a hot tip. So thanks for that. Wait. Wait a minute. God damn it. How did I do this wrong? Like, so wrong. Oh. In the wrong steps again. Dang it. Alright, I'm gonna get this right. You don't have to worry about me. I'm gonna nail this and not do these just so wrong. Embarrassing. Just so embarrassing. Alright, so this goes on here. That. This goes like that. This is all right here. Oh, got one extra one of these. I don't remember where that goes. Goes like that. And then what got going on here? Want the new season of Thunderbolt? The Blu-ray's $100. That's yeah. I mean, it's a lot. You're paying for it. Gundam Center has a list of where the best places to watch it online. Okay, so we put this on here, and where does this go? Okay, so this goes like that, and then that goes like this, and this goes like that. All right, we fixed it. We're back. We got the right pieces that we need. That was really silly of me. That was the first major mistake I've made on a Lego set, I think, of any Lego set that I've built. Luckily that was repairable. We had to do very little. Just dropped a piece, so now I have to find that. And I'm going to try to find it without... I say that's a simple thing, but yeah. I'm going to try to find it without kicking my Ethernet cord again. All right, so let me stand up, try to find this piece. All right, well, I can't find it on quick look. I'll look for it later. But this is the piece that I dropped. This sits on, the weapon sits on. So hopefully I'll be able to find it, and I'll put it on for final touches before I take up my final photos of this kit. It just fell on the floor somewhere and probably bounced, which is annoying. But happens with Lego. Okay, so let's put this back together. Let's put this back on. So this goes... Okay. So that slides on here. Whoop. Okay. I'm not mad. I'm annoyed. Whew. Okay. I know better than that, and that shouldn't have happened the way it did. And it's okay. Nothing broke that can't be repaired. It's just Lego. Okay, all right. So that was annoying. That fell and kind of broke apart, but it should be okay. Should be able to get everything back together. Okay, so I am building angry right now, which is not the way to build. Okay. So let's see here. We're going to fix what we need to fix so that I am not doing this, which is just being angry. Okay. All right. It's all repairable. It's all fixable. I was forcing something that didn't need to be forced, and I paid for it. So let's see, that side weapon slid there. A few pieces slid off of the main. It's all fixable. It's all doable. Everything is cool. It just fell off. It happens. Happens to the best of us, which I am not. I'm just a man trying to put together a Lego kit and then fix his mistakes. Alright, so we're going to go back to this page here. Ooh, Lego sets on sale. That's cool. Okay, so that goes here. Alright. And then this goes like this. Lego, obviously Star Wars Lego is pretty expensive because it's a licensed property and people are into it. So you are paying a lot for it. So definitely a premium, more so than other sets. I understand why people are sometimes hesitant to pick that up because it is so expensive. Alright. But also, it's fucking cool because it's Star Wars. That's cool as hell. Okay. So, this goes down here. What did I do to this? How did this happen? Apologize for this. This is unlike me. I'm usually pretty thorough when it comes to following instructions. It's kind of, mistakes happen here and there, but not something that just derails the whole thing. So I apologize for that. All right. Okay, so we're at least back to that point. I still have to find the piece I need to put this on, to put this piece back there, to get the gun back on. And then I probably knocked a few pieces over on the floor. Beyond that, when this skidded away from me, which was very frustrating. But we'll put this back on. Okay. So yeah, so we're down one side gun because I got to find a piece. But other than that, it's back together. Okay. Apologize for that. That was silly because that took so much out of me there. All right, so let's get back to where we were on this piece here. Things scattered around quite a bit when that fell apart. We are back to this piece here. Gun's done. All right, great. So we're back here. The pieces that I was like, this is the wrong color. The thing that got us going here in the first place. The thing that seemed wrong. Now we're right. Now we're righting the wrong. Whew, okay. I do want to take a second to put some links up here. We'll do that now, and then we'll keep going. Here is my Patreon. We're at $100, looking to get to 150. If you consider backing that, that would be great. 150. I stream 3 times a week, including a Monday afternoon. I would do a Monday afternoon stream. Start your week right with me. Well, thank you very much for that. I appreciate that. I'm trying to be pretty laid back. There's my Amazon wish list. I would love to buy things on Amazon. If you want to buy something, it'll be sent to me, and I'll build it on stream and give you credit if you tell me that's you. Coffee, the Ko-Fi. Any money I raise on that goes directly to buying kits, so that's something you could do. You could just give me some money for there, and then I'll buy model kits and build them on the stream. And here are the dates and rooms for Emerald City Comic Con. I'm going to Emerald City Comic Con in March. It's my first shows of the year. I am running Secret Hitler, the board game Secret Hitler. I am running that with Charlie Chu from Oni Press. My friend Charlie and I are running that together. It's going to be very fun. And we're running that with some cool friends. It'll be listed on their site. And then the other one is How Do I Human, which is part of the Friendshipping. Friendshipping doesn't say, oh, this is our Friendshipping podcast live. They do very specific topic at every time they go to a convention. So this is Jen and Trin from Friendshipping, and myself, Maya Coleman, and Molly Lewis. And it's going to be great and very cool, and I was so thrilled that I got asked to be on that. So those are all my plugs. Let's get back into finishing the Lego set. We might actually, since we had that weird delay, and I'm probably knocked off a piece I'm going to need on the floor somewhere, I'm sure, we might just finish this up, and I might call it a night. And we won't start the Double X until next Thursday. Yeah, took a weird turn at the end there for my confidence, but we'll bounce back. So I apologize for that. But, yeah. Oh, I'm putting these in the wrong spot, but these are easy to fix. Never had a Lego set just like fall apart like that in a long time. Not since I started doing them on stream anyway have I had that. Luckily it's not like something we couldn't fix, but it was kind of shocking when that just like fell apart there. All because I didn't want to just discolor the roof and I wanted to fix my mistake. A mistake that no one, like they were on the inside. That's the real thing is the two pieces you would have seen on top and been like, those are wrong. You would have to be an eagle eye to know those are wrong, but I knew they were wrong. And so I wanted to go and take those pieces off and replace them. And then that happened. Oh, okay. It's all good. Figured it out. But yeah, I talk a bunch about my Amazon wish list and stuff like that, and how I'm hoping to increase those because I want to have more people. I want to have kits to build. So beginning of the year, I've got Emerald City Comic Con and I've got PAX East, so there'll be some weeks where I'm going to be traveling and I won't be streaming, and I'm going to have some YouTube videos that I'm going to do and air those on my YouTube channel. So I'll have some content for that up, but I need kits to do that. And, I buy them. I buy them all the time. But if there's a Lego kit that you think would be cool to watch me build, that you would love to see, pick it up. Just have it sent to me. I'll build it on the stream. If there's a Gundam kit, I got some of those Zoids on there because we talked about Zoids a couple weeks ago. So I put some Zoids on there, and they're a little pricey but look cool. I'd like to build one of those. I've got a bunch of Lego stuff out there. I got the unicorn that's pre-ordered. The new one, the new real grade. I'll build that if it comes to it. Yes, Zoids. PAX East, yes, 440 will be at PAX East. You found out you're good at doing stickers, or you're lucky. That's awesome. I'm okay with decals for Lego, but when it comes to like Gundam stickers, I don't even try. I'm not going to try. I'm going to leave that up to other people and let them do it. All right, so putting this on here. So this is the entrance here for our minifig to be able to get in and out of this ATSD. So that goes like that. That's pretty cool looking. Um, Decals I think I'm okay with because you can mess up a decal and do all right with it. All right, so this goes on here and then locks in. All right. So how this works is I'll just go show this off. So the back of this, there's two pieces here that I'll slide one in, slides in, and the other one slides in. Once I put it on here and slide them in, it'll lock that in place. But because it's on a hinge, I'll be able to open and close them. So I'm gonna slide that in. Now that's locked, so it'll open and open and open, but it won't to be the roof there, but it won't cause a problem with it. It will stay in place, which is a cool little function feature. And these are like blast shields, which is pretty cool. All right. So now what I can do is put the weapons in, and we got some extra pieces. Looks like. Some lasers here. Oops. As always, comes with some things here that slide in that you lock into place, and then if you touch in the back, they shoot. So the way this works is here in the back there are these little things that kind of stick out. If I push them forward, it will shoot the missiles out. But I don't want to shoot the missiles out. I'm going to leave the missiles there on the floor. And that is it. With the exception of loading in some minifigs and taking some photos later. That's going to do it for this kit. So we'll just get our minifigs out. We'll put all our extra pieces in there. I have to find that one white piece so that I can put these weapons back on for photographs. But yeah, I think that's going to do it. I'm going to end early tonight. I apologize for that. I'll chat with you a little bit, but I'm not going to start the Lego kit. I'm not in the right, or not the kit, the Double X Gundam. I'm not in the right space for that. So we're going to cut things a little short, but I'll wrap up and chat with y'all. But we're not going to get going on that. I'll show the kit. But yeah, I just know that I'm not in the right space after some of these spills that happened tonight. Oh, thank you very much for that, Board. Thank you for the cheer. I really appreciate it. 404ing, yeah, people seem to like 404ing it. I enjoy doing it, and I'm glad that people like that show. It's been very rewarding in that regard, that people have been into it and had nice things to say to me about it. Harold, that's good to know. I'm glad you're done with your edit. Get ready to upload that video, or your audio, I should say. So here's what we're going to build. We'll get front and center with it. This is what we're going to build on Thursday. We're going to start on Thursday. We'll put this here. This is the Double X Gundam from Gundam X. It's the Double X weapons. He's got like double. It's meant to be like, it was X because it was the Gundam X was the name of the show. And he's got like these two giant cannons that can like obliterate whatever. Harold, I appreciate that. 404ing it is my baby. I got a great lineup scheduled for East. Schedules permitting, East is going to be really solid. So anyway, here's the booklet for the Double X, which, like I said, is basically like X is the main Gundam for the show, and then eventually the Double X gets built. After War Gundam X is the official full name of it. It's got some decals. It's got a cool little thing. It's cool. It is a cool Gundam. I'm excited to build that. So that is what we're going to build on Thursday. But we're not going to start it because I would only do it for another 15 minutes anyway or so. So we're not going to do that. Instead, I'm going to go and find the piece that fell out of this that I need. I'm going to put I'll put my pilot here in this. We'll put my pilot in controls, the ATST. This is pretty cool. It's a pretty cool kit. Pretty into it. Swivel. Yeah. Now it doesn't. Yeah, it swivels pretty well there. So yeah. So that's it. I got to find that piece I need so that I can put this back on its side, and then we'll do the little battle setup for it with our figs. But yeah, thanks for joining me today. Yes, the Double X Gundam is quite the Gundam, Waffles. Like I said, the show wasn't a success, but I think the models, because even the non-Gundams, the non-Gundam mechs in that show are cool looking. They are very cool designs. The designs are incredible. So even if it doesn't stand out, hey, when's the last time I built something that reached my face? This thing is so tall. Anyway, so that's gonna do it for us tonight. Thank you for joining me. Like I said, hey, if you don't subscribe, you don't subscribe. I get it. It's expensive. You can use your Twitch Prime, which you get free if you have Amazon Prime, and you should link and then use your token. You can spend money. But give me a follow if you haven't followed over so you know when I go live. Thank you for joining me. I do appreciate it very much. And I will see you in the Baer Cave, which is when we do the Build with Baer workshop, which is every single Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern and every Saturday at 9 p.m. Eastern. So I'll see you on Thursday. And if you're a Patreon backer, I'll look for an email from me on Monday with a link to my Q&A for January. Thank you and goodbye.